Hey, you know, for the last 15 years, I've been talking about radiant barrier on the radio show. Today, it's time to show it to you. All right, I want to show you this house and the radiant barrier that's in it, because this radiant barrier has been in this house for 15 years. A lot of naysayers used to say that, oh, when dust gets on radiant barrier, it won't work any longer. It all depends on the radiant barrier. There's a lot of different types of radiant barrier. In fact, when you look around in this attic, you will see we've got radiant barrier on our plywood. We've got radiant barrier on the attic floor. The reason for that on the plywood is a single ply type radiant barrier. So every place where you see these 1x4s up here, that's where the radiant barrier actually isn't working, because on a single ply radiant barrier, if anything's touching it, it's ineffective. So I have the multi-layer radiant barrier on the attic floor as well. It has a thermal break in the middle, and basically it comes in 4-foot wide rolls. You roll it out, lay it out like a blanket, and you're finished. There's not a lot you have to do to worry about. And because this is a multi-layer system, getting dust on it doesn't hurt it a bit. This system's been in place for 15 years and is still working great, and I got no reason to believe it won't work for another 15.
Technology has changed the way that we approach home improvement. From smart technology in your home to the different options for living rooms, bathrooms, kitchens, it's amazing. But one of the areas people overlook is roofing. Now, to emphasize that point, I am in a garden on top of your roof.
Yes.
Now, Chris Arrington, you've been doing roofing for a very long time. Where are we right now, and how did you end up with a garden on your roof?
You know, Tim, this is so exciting to see the new technologies that are going on in the roofing industry, like putting a garden on your roof. This area typically is just barren. All it is products to keep water from coming into your building. Now, we've got a place where people can come up, enjoy it. We've got plant life. We've got a synthetic turf, so you don't have to mow it. But it's a usable space. And you think about on a house, add 1,000 square feet, add 1,500 square feet to your house that was just a flat roof that you couldn't do anything with. And you know, the technology behind it, all the roofing system all the plants and the grass that are up here cover this roof, keep the UV rays from hitting it, which is what burns up, wears out a roof anyway. So now you've got longevity besides being able to use it, and it's beautiful.
When I saw this for the first time, I thought to myself, the foot traffic and the wear and tear is probably going to make it actually shorten the life of the roof. But you're saying this is actually livable space, and it's going to make it last even longer.
Yeah, the foot traffic doesn't matter. The products that are under here are saving the roof, so it is still watertight. It's just you have actually invented space. That's what we've done. We've taken a roof from just a utilitarian purpose to actually enjoyable space. The technical part of it is we know the kind of soil, the kind of plants, the kind of stuff you put under it. So there's a whole lot behind it, but man, it's beautiful.
Well, and the thing is that when it comes to roofing, a lot of people show up as roofers after a hailstorm and they'll slap some shingles on your roof, and those roofers could not do anything like this to somebody's house. You need a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge to do something like this, right?
I wouldn't want them anywhere close to this. This is it's a very highly technical project, but it's definitely for anybody. I mean, anybody can do this, but you want to do it right. This is not something you just haphazardly put together.
And on top of options like putting a garden on your roof, you also have solar on here, and you've turned this from utilitarian space to a garden, a power plant, and it's also keeping your building dry. So how do you view roofing now versus how you viewed it when you first started doing roofing however long ago?
You know, The roof, yeah, I think we hit it on it. Utilitarian. It's not just a thing that keeps your building dry now. It is a power plant. I mean, I haven't had a bill for my electricity for 2 years. You know, this has been enjoyed by my staff, by friends. We come up here, we got a great view of downtown from this that you wouldn't have downstairs. So roofing has become more of something that people are actually using, they're engaging with. It's becoming you know, a source of income. I mean, that power, that those panels that we set them and we forget them, and they're working all day long. I mean, it's incredible. I go in there and I watch my meter go backwards.
That's awesome.
Yes, I'm saving money.
I love it. Here's the thing, guys. Your roof is not just your roof anymore. Whether it's a flat roof on some of these modern homes or a more traditional roof, it's not just about throwing shingles on it and keeping dry. There's so much technology that goes into it, and that's why it's important to work with somebody who actually knows what's available and the opportunities that are there for using your roof for more than just utilitarian purposes. That's why we love Chris. That's why he's our roofing expert. If you have any questions, you need to give him a call. You can go to our website, thipro.com, and get in touch with this man right here. Hawthorne Tables, the name is pretty new, but the journey to get here started over 20 years ago. Jackie, when did you make your first table?
About 24 years ago, my first venture in building an aluminum frame structure table was when I had my Metroplex conveyor company, and we did business with food processing plants and Southwest Airlines and many different companies throughout the United States. And we needed a work table. We needed a serious work table that would work, that would be mobile and take out on the job sites. And that was actually the first table that I built, and I actually still have that table today.
So you started out, you didn't start out making these tables for people's homes for their kitchens. This was a work table project. At what point did you start making tables for people's actual homes, like inside?
We have built several horse ranches over the years, and we wanted to make a table that was useful and versatile, that was mobile. And using the same foundation with our aluminum frame structures, we transitioned that into our Hawthorne Designer Rustic Series tables. The uniqueness about that table that we wanted to do is that it's mobile and it's versatile, and it'll go indoors as well as outdoors. We made them where they'll accommodate bar stools, so they're a table that's very useful. And we wanted to design a table to match a rustic environment. So we wanted to make them a focal centerpiece and a conversational piece when people come over, because everyone gathers around their tables.
So do you have set designs for your Hawthorne tables, or are these customized?
We have some standardization on the sizes that we make, but we are a custom manufacturer, and we can make virtually any size table that the customer or the client wants. One thing that we do with our woods and all of our options with our distressed galvanized tops, inlay versions with the sandstone and things like that, I can make these tables to accommodate each individual client's personal needs and wants, and they're built custom exclusively for them. And that's what makes them really unique. I mean, they're almost like a piece of art. And it just makes it to where it's something that's in their home, and it's something that is a generational piece that can be inherited many years down the line.
What's your favorite part about building these tables?
I like the versatility. I like to be able to do tables like this one that has this inlay that I just designed this past year. I really love the distressing and making them look old, but I also like the fact that they're new and they're built to last a long, long time. My goal with these is to build something for a customer that they enjoy and they can use on a daily basis, but yet it still looks good and it lasts a long time.
Now, when somebody buys one of these, they are truly buying a one-of-a-kind piece, right? Like, you won't find two Hawthorne tables that look exactly the same, correct?
That's correct. It would be very hard for me to duplicate this exact table that we're standing in front of right now. This table has so much unique character, and that's what makes it special. I mean, not only from the wood perspective, because each piece of wood has its own different character, and we bring out all the uniqueness of that with the grains that are in our hardwoods that we use. When we distress these tops, we can get really crazy and wild with them, and we can do some neat stuff.
Well, that's one of my favorite parts about these tables, is that they're practical, but they're pieces of art, really. They're pieces of art that you're going to be able to put in your kitchen and use on a daily basis, wheel outside if you want to, but that you're never going to see one that looks exactly the same. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited about them, is because when you see one, it's almost like, I got to take it in. I got to look at what's unique about this one, because if I see another one, it might even be a similar color, similar style, but it will not be the exact same thing. And to me, that's what's really amazing about these tables, is that you get to work with the artist, really. Work with Jackie, create a table that's going to be incredibly unique to you, to your family, and to your style. And it's going to be around for a long time. So if you want more information about these tables, you can go to our website, thipro.com. You can get more information there. You can get in touch with Jackie Hawthorne and get your own Hawthorne table.
The days of spending up to $1,400 per window are over. America's Choice Windows are going to get 10 white vinyl, double hung, double pane windows installed for $36.80. That's right, 10 white vinyl, double hung, double pane windows installed for $36.80.
Executive line custom windows at a price you can't beat. Give us a call today.
For tile, wood, and stone, come to the nationwide low price leader, Floor & Decor.
The prices are the lowest you will find.
Not only did we find lots of options, we were like, oh my gosh, it's so affordable.
It's affordable no matter what your budget.
I saved a lot of money at Floor & Decor.
We came in under budget.
Way under budget.
It's way under budget, yeah.
It's really the best pricing.
You're getting an incredible product for an amazing price.
Why wouldn't you want to save money and make your house look great?
I love to save money. Who doesn't like to save money?
Floor & Decor. You have to see it to believe it.
Folks hire guys like us. Staining and sealing like a pro can be a real headache. And they're right, unless they know our secret.
We have a secret?
Oh, yeah. Ready Seal Stain and Sealer for wood is the professional's product of choice. The one-of-a-kind formula means no laps, streaks, or back brushing required.
Hey, am I doing this right?
Doesn't matter, son. Stuff's goof-proof.
Ready Seal. Look for the goof-proof label and get it right on your first try.
Got any other secrets?
Oh, we're just getting started.
Well, Bob, there's really no reason to be worried about small cracks in concrete. All concrete cracks by nature. Now, every once in a while, I'll have some engineer try to say, no, that's not true. Go look at Hoover Dam. That sucker has cracks in it as well. All concrete cracks by nature. That's why we put reinforcing in it, is to hold it together and to control the cracks. If the cracks start separating where you can stick like 2/4 in it, hey, you got an issue that's starting to get a little out of hand. Or if they start stair-stepping where one side's higher than the other, now you're getting some foundation movement. You really need to take a look and see what's going on. But just hairline cracks, sleep well, because it's nothing to worry about.
Hey guys, it's time for a steel tool battle where we put a gas-powered steel tool up against an electric-powered steel tool. They'll be doing the exact same job, and we're going to see how they stack up. All right, here's the battle. I just cut down 4 small trees in my parents' yard that they wanted taken care of. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use both of these chainsaws to cut up the trees. They're going to be cutting through the exact same branches. You're going to be able to see a side-by-side comparison. I've got a feeling the gas-powered chainsaw isn't going to have any trouble at all. The real question is, how is the electric chainsaw going to do? Let's find out. All right, I've cleared away most of the trees. What's left is the side-by-side challenge. I'm gonna take both chainsaws, I'm gonna work my way from the narrowest part of this tree all the way up to the thickest part. You're gonna get to see them cut side by side. This is the last part of the battle, and then I will let you know how they both did. All right, I'm all done with the battle, and look, there is a clear winner, and that is the gas-powered chainsaw. Obviously, it has so much power. Never had a problem today cutting through everything I needed it to cut through, but honestly, I knew that going into it. That wasn't a surprise. Steel makes an amazing chainsaw. They have for years and years. The real question to me was, how's this electric chainsaw gonna stack up? And guys, it was impressive. It was so easy to use, it's lightweight, and it had enough power to cut through everything that I asked it to cut through today. Now look, obviously, you cannot go wrong with a gas-powered steel chainsaw, and if you need a chainsaw, you definitely need to check these out. But for most homeowners, this electric chainsaw is going to have all the power you need, and it's going to be incredibly easy to use. You definitely need to check it out.
You know, when listeners call the show, they're experiencing cracks in their walls or doors that are sticking, I'm proud to tell them to call the company that's been keeping Texans on a solid foundation since 1978, my company, Due West Foundation Repair. You won't get a salesperson trying to sell you repairs you just don't need, and most jobs come with a lifetime transferable warranty. So if you got cracks in your walls or doors that are sticking when you want the best, call Due West.
If you've priced whole home water filtration in the past and the price scared you, you need to pay attention. The DFW Water Experts are the only authorized Brita Pro dealer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Because of this, for the month of January, we are able to offer you this Brita Pro whole home filter and softener at 50% off, saving you thousands of dollars. We also offer financing for qualified buyers. For more information, give us a call or check us out on our website.
Hi, I'm Mike Douglas, owner of Advent Air Conditioning. We've proudly been servicing the heating and cooling needs of Texans since 1981.
We believe the cheapest repair that you can get is the one that you only have to do once. That's why we send all of our service technicians through over 80 hours of manufacturer training every single year. So if you have an AC or heating repair need, or you're just looking to replace the whole system for your home, give us a call. We're the comfortable solution.
Texas Home Improvement, brought to you by Arrington Roofing.
So you've been debating switching from a tank to a tankless water heater to save space? Here's a great comparison for you. That is a 40-gallon tank type water heater. That's a tankless. Guess which one's going to put out more hot water? This little jewel here. On top of that, it's continuous hot water that I don't have to worry about ever running out.
Let's say you want to remodel your house. Go crazy, knock the walls out, new kitchen, living area. Well, most people think they only have two options. You either grab a hammer and figure it out yourself, or you hire a general contractor and you let them do it for you. But there's actually a third option. And for more information on that, I'm going to talk with Frank Shelton, our resident home improvement remodel expert. All right, Frank, so somebody wants to blow out the walls, do something crazy on a remodel. I know, generally speaking, you get two options. You either do it yourself, which can probably be a little bit dangerous and not necessarily the best option, or you hire a general contractor, but you build it somewhere right in the middle. So where do you guys fit in?
Well, so we bring the experience of having a general contractor to the table, and but we put all the power really into our clients' hands and to let them have control of their project. We provide the experience, have all the resources for them, and we give them a plan, you know, really a day-to-day checklist that they follow that tells them what's the next steps. And then we come along beside them and check and make sure everything's going like it needs to. Depending on the size of the project, it may be as many as 25 or 30 times, or it could be as little as 5 or 10.
What's the first step when they're working with you, what's the first step in doing a remodel? You just start taking out walls, or what do you do?
No, we really like to start with a good plan, and it's so important for so many different reasons. The biggest one is getting all your thoughts, down on paper and having some organization to that, and then we use them to bid the project. So everybody knows what they're bidding, everybody knows what they need to bring to the project. And then, now with cities, it's hard to do a major remodel without having a plan, because the city wants to know what you need to do. So that's an important piece as well. But there's also things like wind bracing, energy codes that need to be followed, and a good set of plans will have all that information for you.
And so once people get started with it, can this be kind of overwhelming for people, or how does the system work as far as putting people at ease with the process?
Right. So we really, we have a system planned for everything, and so we really like to start with the budget. Even the biggest budgets, it's still a budget, right? And so we want to know what the budget is so we can help you maximize that. And so the way our program is designed, we don't make anything off of how much you spend. So it doesn't matter from us from how much money we make standpoint, but it matters all about giving you the proper advice, being able to tell you exactly what you can do and how to get the most out of that. And so we start with that, and then we start working on plans and what are you going to need specifically to your remodel. So we kind of tailor make our program to fit, because everybody's remodel is just a little bit different.
And you can save a lot of money using You Build It over a general contractor, correct? What kind of savings are we looking at?
Absolutely. We really see that, for a You Build It remodel, you could save 20, possibly even 30%, just because, typically general contractors will charge more for a remodel just because there's more to it. So if you have a good, reputable general contractor that knows about remodels, he's going to typically charge 25, maybe even 30%.
And with a remodel like this, why does it make sense for someone to kind of do it themselves? Why is that a good option for people?
Well, it's just one of those things that it just kind of makes sense, especially, with a remodel, you're living there. In most cases, and so you're going to be involved in it just because it's when you wake up every morning you're in it, and so you're going to be involved. You're going to want to know what's going on every day, and so just adding a few extra steps in that, probably about 8 to 10 hours a week, more time than what you're already doing by just making some phone calls, writing some checks. That's what it takes to really manage the project, and then with that we see some creativity come out, people being able to do some things that maybe they've always thought they wanted to do but just didn't think they could do financially. So that's a really neat thing that we get to see as well.
Well, it's a great option for people who want to do a big remodel. It's something that a lot of people don't even know exists. So if you're looking at doing a big remodel, you want more information about Frank, his team, the You Build It system, go to our website, thipro.com/YouBuildIt. Give them a call, send them a message, and they'll get in touch with you.
Okay, so a lot of times people have an issue with a door that closes by itself, and it's known as ghosting. And basically you open the door and it starts closing on its own. Well, it's a simple fix. You don't have to replace the door. Get you a hammer and a screwdriver, pop one of the pins out of a hinge, wrap it with the hammer to bend it just a little bit. You don't want to put a crease into it, but put the pin back in the hinge, and guess what? The door's going to stay open on its own. Okay, in some cases, once you got it up a little ways, it becomes difficult to pull it all the way out, because as you're hitting it sideways with the hammer and screwdriver, it tends to bind it. Putting a nail in the bottom, if you have one that has an opening in the bottom, makes it very simple to get out. All right, so once you got it out, take it out to some concrete. Tap it a couple times. Just put a little bit of a bend into it, and then you can pop it into place. Now, before we put this one back in, we're going to clean all this paint off so it can drop all the way back into place. All right, we've got our pin cleaned up, got the paint off of it, got a little bit of a bend, so we're going to put it back into place. And we're going to have to use the hammer to knock it all the way down. But guess what? This door's not going to ghost anymore.
We didn't think we could build the home we wanted until we found You Build It. For years, I kept clippings and took notes of the home that we wanted to build. When we met Frank and learned about the You Build It system, we knew that we could turn those ideas into a reality. By following the You Build It system, we were able to save about 15% and still get the home that we really wanted.
We've helped hundreds of people build their dream home, and we'd love to help you.
Real people steal people. They want real power, real options, and real value. Grab a lightweight battery-powered chainsaw or an easy starting battery-powered blower? This season, get a real solution. Get a Stihl. Search STIHL or visit StihlDealers.com.
Ready Seal is a professional-grade stain and sealer for wood. Ideal for fences, decks, and any other exterior wood structure. Let's take a look at how it works. Ready Seal can be easily applied with an airless sprayer, pump-up sprayer, brush, or roller. Step 1 is to begin with a clean, dry surface, free of mildew, dirt, oil, or grease. We recommend rinsing thoroughly with water and allowing 48 hours to dry completely. The Ready Seal application process is as simple as it looks. The product is formulated to produce no laps, runs, or streaking, and no back brushing is required. Ready Seal will run down, self-level, and blend in perfectly for pro results every time. For best results after spraying horizontal surfaces with Ready Seal, just spread out any excess material and you're good to go. The beauty of Ready Seal is its blend of professional quality and easy application. No runs, no laps, no streaking,
and no back brushing required.
That's his favorite part.
Ready Seal really is the contractor's secret, boss.
And now it's your secret too.
Ready Seal. Look for the goof-proof label and get it right on your first try.
All right, it is time for a design challenge. I'm here with Shelly Stewart at Floor & Decor, and I have a problem. Shelly, here's the problem. It's a master bathroom. I have this dark tile on the floor. I really like this vase, the elegant look. Now I have to figure out what to put in the shower, on the floor and the walls. I'm afraid I went a little bit too dark. Can you help me out?
Absolutely. You wouldn't believe how often this happens. But we've got a lot of options to choose from, and I think we'll be able to fix it. Not a problem.
Well, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, Shelly, I feel lighter already. This is for the shower wall, correct?
Yes. We picked a porcelain that is light, so we lighten it up quite a bit, and it still has a little bit of your warm tones running through it. This is a porcelain version of kind of like your marble. But if you decided you wanted to stay with a natural stone, I have a beautiful alternative. And it lightens it up just a little bit more, but stays quite elegant.
I like it. It definitely keeps the elegant look we're going for, but I can imagine this will definitely lighten up the bathroom a lot. So what about the shower floor?
Oh, we're gonna go to the imagination section for that. Let's go.
All right. Shelly, I can see it coming together now. Tell me about the flooring options.
Okay, we picked this one to go with your porcelain, and it actually has a little bit more of the warmth to it. And if you decide to go with your marble, then this is the exact marble with a little bit more of the brown tones from the floor. So I call that both of them really work well with what you've already chosen.
Well, I think either one of these options is definitely gonna brighten up the bathroom. And more importantly, I think my vase is going to look great in this bathroom.
I think it'll look wonderful.
Well, fantastic job as always with the challenge. If you guys are looking to redo a bathroom, maybe you've got a vase that you really want to incorporate, you need to come to Floor & Decor, talk to one of the design team. They're going to take care of you and you're going to get the bathroom that you want.
Okay, a lot of people are afraid of aluminum wiring, and there's really not a reason to be afraid of it. Back in the day when aluminum wiring was being used, there was a few house fires because it wasn't being installed properly. There was a learning curve for it. And the big thing is you got to make sure that your connections are tight and periodically retightened. And by that I mean like every couple years, you really need to take the plates off and check your screws and make sure they're tight. Beyond that, you don't have a whole lot of concerns. Now, they can oxidize. That's not actually the end of the world. Where that becomes a big issue is when you're trying to take things apart. But the problem with aluminum wiring, as it heats and cools, it expands and contracts, and that makes the connections loose. So that's your really only big fear. Aluminum wiring is still used for your high power lines, power coming into homes, things like that. So it's not that it's not used, we just don't use it in houses anymore.
Want more Texas Home Improvement? Listen to our radio show every Saturday and Sunday right here in DFW. You can call in and get your home improvement questions answered live. For a list of stations, and if you'd like to join our team, go to thipro.com.